Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. It's time for a little flash travel for you. With the holidays here and with so many of us traveling with our furry friends on airplanes, we have to set you up with some tips from our friends at bringfido.com that's going to definitely help when it comes to flying with your pet very safely.
That's right. And following these easy, simple tips will ensure you and your pet make it to your destination and there's no problems along the way, as well as your entire trip. Now, here's the website's first tip. Book early. Most airlines only allow 1 or 2 dogs on each flight in total, so it's important to book your dog's ticket as soon as possible. Don't buy your ticket until you call the airline and make sure there is a seat available for your dog on the flight.
All right, very important step there. Okay, no surprise here. Just like you want to fly direct with your dog, so if possible, try to book a non-stop direct flight whenever possible. This avoids having to walk around an airport terminal for your layover. Who knows if you're in the right terminal that has a pet relief area, so keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Next tip, visit the veterinarian. Make an appointment with your pet's veterinarian for a checkup and make sure all vaccinations are up to date. Obtain a health certificate from your veterinarian dated within 10 days of departure.
All right, this is another obvious one, but you have to make sure that you buy a quality carrier.
Okay.
Now, whether your dog is a Chihuahua or a Great Dane, there's a pet carrier that's going to match. Carriers are available in both hard-sided and soft-sided. Soft-sided carriers are more suitable for carry-on and tend to fit better underneath the seat, but they're only permitted in the cabin only. Make sure your carrier will fit under your seat on your flight. Check the size restrictions on the airline on their airline pet policy section. Now, if your dog will be traveling in the cargo hold, purchase a hard plastic carrier with holes for ventilations inside. Carriers must be big enough for your dog to stand, turn around, and lie comfortably. Now, if the carrier does not permit him to do so, this airline, they're going to refuse transport. So
I can't imagine a Great Dane there. Now, can I see some ID, ma'am? After you've purchased an appropriate carrier, write your dog's name on it and include identification tags with your home address and phone number, as well as the address and phone number of someone who can be reached at your destination. Carry a current photograph of your pet as well. So important. If he's lost during the trip, a photograph will make it much easier for airline employees or the local authorities to search effectively.
Very good news. Now, Riesa has the same rule for me here on Flash. Eat, drink, poop, then play.
That's right.
All right? Since a full stomach might be uncomfortable for your dog during travel, we recommend feeding him about 4 hours before the flight if possible. And while it's best to refrain from feeding your dog right before the flight, you can and should continue to give him water right up to the time of travel. And you should also exercise your pet and let him use the facilities like the grass before you head out into the airport.
So I have a funny story, actually. I was traveling recently, and the seat across from me, this woman by the window had her dog sitting in the aisle seat.
Okay.
Sorry, not aisle, by the middle seat.
Middle seat. Okay.
So she knocked out completely, and the man in across, next to the dog, was slipping him beef jerky. It was not his dog because he looked and he's like, I'm like, you don't know if this dog has allergies or anything. I mean, it was cute. The dog was like all about it, but I was like,
I love that idea. All right, you got to have a checklist before you take off.
Absolutely.
So never forget these items when packing for your dog's suitcase. First off, health certificate and medical records. Make sure you have it.
Contact information from your regular veterinarian and emergency contact at your destination.
Pet wipes in case of an accident.
Enough dog food and treats for the entire trip.
Yeah, plenty of bottled water. Remember, a sudden change can upset your dog's stomach, so keep that in mind.
Leash and poop bags.
Gotta have those for sure. And finally, make sure they're gonna have a good flight, so you have your dog's favorite toy and a blanket.
Now remember, if you know your pups better than anyone, make sure you make their flight or vacation as awesome as possible.
And if you need some more tips, head over and see our friends at bringfido.com. They got them all there waiting for you. Really cool stuff.
That's right. I love that. You ever travel with a pet?
Just my
Have
kids.
You ever?
No, I haven't. But yeah, with kids, it was like melatonin. You'd give them melatonin, they would sleep. But for pets, you maybe even ask your veterinarian rather, if there's maybe some kind of sedative
Absolutely. Well, I know I have a friend who does that around 4th of July with the fireworks. They'll give their dog a little sedative to make it kind of calm down.
Because otherwise it freaks them out.
Yes,
You're right. So you can
sure
imagine
does.
taking off in an airplane can really do just the same.